Namaste, my warriors, and welcome to Universal Goddess. Like, share, subscribe, circulate my page. They got me shadow banned, guys. Message. All right, the message is they want to dance their way back into your life. They want to use trickery, manipulation. How many times you got to tell them there's no way in? How many times do you have to put something out there to let them know that you're not playing their games no more? You're not falling into their manipulations. Why would you go back to a pedophile rapist, a baby rapist, uh, 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 a cheater, a manipulator, a thief? Like, why would you go back to that? This person has done the worst to you. They've accused you of things, the most horrific things that they've done. They're trying to put everything that they've done on you. So I ask you again, really? You want to go back to something like that? To somebody who manipulates, who cheats, who rapes, who steals? They just want to come back and finish the job. This is who's attempted to murder you multiple times. Oh yeah, we want to go back to that. Where's the trust? Tell them it went back. You lost that trust when they try to murder you, and they laugh in your face like it never happened. They want to come back in and manipulate you that you didn't see what you saw, that you don't know what you know, that you didn't go through what they put you through. You better remember when they put you in a psych unit and they said you're going to be in there a long time, and then they told lies to the court and the police to have you arrested multiple times, put in the psych unit multiple times. Right now, I got court tomorrow on a felony charge. They're trying to put a felony charge on me because he manipulated my daughter to lying. Okay, after she sedated her daughter, so that this monster, this dirty old man with multiple STDs could deflower. Then they had to go to a different state because he got her pregnant. And they had to go, and that's what she was mad at. She wasn't mad that this dirty old man just gave her daughter an STD and her son possibly, because I saw him with a blister. So a picture of him. So you're gonna tell me that that's what you want to go back to? That you think that this crazy psycho nut, this psychopath, is gonna manipulate and smooth talk because he's got the gift of gab, but not with you. You already know what you know. He raped your dog, killed your animals, killed your parents. All of them are involved. Absolutely every one of them. If you think that those murders, because that's what they were, murder, because these hospitals don't test for poison, they think they could get away with that, or they put air bubble in somebody while they were there for knee surgery or something, and all of a sudden they passed away, or they've gotten someone in a car crash, or they've had them overdosed. They poisoned them and they put out there that they overdosed. You better watch what you're dealing with. You know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with manipulators. They're scammers. They've scammed you out of your inheritance, out of your home, out of everything that belongs to you. They did fraud. They did identity theft. They did theft, grand theft. You better know that you know what you know, and your whole family was involved in it. Every one of them think that they're gonna hide behind each other. No, every single one of them are going down. Every single one. They did what they did, and they know that they did it. They want to come back with that love and feeling like none of them were involved. Absolutely every single one of them were involved, and every single one of them are going down. The truth will be told. The truth will be told. You're not getting away with shit. And there's no way you're gonna manipulate your way back into stealing the rest of what belongs to me. Manipulate your way to try to get my home. They came into my house after mine fucking my kids to steal everything I had. Everything. I'm talking about all the jewelry, all the furniture, everything I worked hard, I sweat over. Everything my mother gave me in jewelry, she gave me everything. She left everything to me, her and my stepdad, and they stole it all. They go down for all of that, absolutely. And then talk about, oh, I'm gonna use the jewelry so I could put her in, do the funeral. They didn't put a penny in, because I asked the funeral director, why does my mother's coffin look like it's melting? They said that's what the government paid for. They only rent that. Nobody gave a penny. Nobody gave a penny. My mother had to have a closed casket. How dare you? We couldn't buy her a dress. We couldn't get her dress. We couldn't give her last goodbye, her last kiss. None of that. And you think you're going to get away with it. Not one of you. My sister, my brothers, my stepbrothers, my stepsister, all of you were involved. Family was involved. Family beyond them. Because whatever they did, they kept very calculative. You understand me? They sat around a round table. How many hitmen they sent after you? Right now they had 3 guys and 2 girls looking for us, looking for me. And they were right, I was right behind them videotaping what they were looking. They were trying to find you on the phone because they're following your phone. They got your phone tapped, your computer tapped, trying to germinate your computer, they're doing the worst of the worst. They did the unthinkable. They did too much and they went too far. And in their fucking crazy ass minds, they wanna they wanna come back. They wanna manipulate you. They think that they can have that smile on their face and they could cry and they could give you all the tears in the books that you. This man went to college for drama. All right, I want you to believe that. My daughter went to class for law. So don't think that they're gonna scurry their way back into your life to lie some more, to manipulate some more, to steal the rest of whatever you got left. Yeah, they wanted to make sure before they left you, they were gonna leave you penniless. They sold my furniture on Facebook Marketplace, yo. Like they wanted to leave you with nothing, and they wanted you upset. Nah, boo, I ain't gonna be upset. You know why? I come back bigger and better, bigger and better. What I tell you, what the Most High had, they used, they used every bit of their authority that they had. People in high places to come at you. Police, doctors, hospitals, judges, lawyers, probate lawyers, DAs. They used the Fed, the CIA, that went rogue. They had to pay for that MK Ultra. They had to pay for all of that. Everyone, your fake friends, they put you out in the street so the system couldn't find you. They made you homeless, right? I'm over here staying at the Y, fighting the people wanting to fight me out of nowhere, argue, steal from you to get you out of character. All of that is to get you out of character. They want to videotape it so that they can come back to the courts. This is the violence I had to go through. This is why we have to watch out for her money. This is why we have to look after her with a fake power of attorney. Yeah, they put you in a psych unit just for that. And I got a legitimate lawyer to tell you totally different. Never took any medication. Never. Everything was fraud. Absolutely everything that they did to you was fraud. And they still think in their crazy delusional minds, because you know they're all crazy. All right. At this point, the narcissism took them beyond narcissistic acts. Okay, malevolent narcissists. Okay, because they do it on the down low, and these people are all down low. Girl on girl, guy on guy, girl, guy, guy, girl. Like they, like all of it. When I tell you these narcissists will fuck, have sexual acts with old people, um, people with disabilities, people fat, skinny, ugly, it doesn't matter. As long as they're gonna get a life out of it. And their abundance, whatever it is that they think that they're gonna make this person believe that they're gonna marry this man. This man's been married to multiple men and women, transgender, gay, lesbian. All right, and this goes both ways. He has a wife that she's doing the same thing. They're married and they're marrying multiple people to get towards their assets. And this is what he thinks, or what she thinks, that they're gonna come back and they can trick you back into that relationship. You didn't see what you saw, and they want to come and manipulate and turn stories around. You didn't go with what you went through. You're delusional. They called you crazy. They put you in they put innocent people in prison to get away with trying to steal their assets. Nah, you ain't letting them back in. Not a one. Not a one. No family member, no nothing. All of them can go to fucking hell. And kiss my fucking shiny white ass. Get the fuck out of here. You've been celibate, so you've been keeping yourself clean and healthy. These people are all unhealthy. All of them are gonna pass away with what they got. All of them, because they decide they have orgies and they pass that shit around like a bowl of candy. Congratulations. Bing! They took themselves out. All right? With all the dirt they've been doing, they've taken themselves out. And all the magic, they think that you don't know that they're witches and warlocks doing witchcraft, having people wherever you stay do witchcraft on you. Like they've been caught by somebody else that watched them while they were being videotaped and doing spells on them over a phone while they were sleeping. They were caught. Then everywhere you went in the neighborhood to go try to eat something or buy a Lucy or something like that, or get your weed or whatever it was you were taking, they were manipulating all of that. They would put poison in absolutely everything. Everything. So this whole town goes down. This whole town was involved. They all go down. Your whole town is had been mind fucked. They all go down. They all were paid off. They were all bribed into doing the worst of the worst to you. And there's no way that you're ever gonna go back to any of that. And they know it. And they know it. But in their crazy delusional minds, because we know they're freaking narcissists, they're malevolent narcissists. They do evil beyond evil thoughts. If you think they ain't eating babies, they ain't doing the nastiest of the nasties to their own children and grandchildren, you think these narcissists give a fuck? She don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. They were raping their own children. They were grooming their own children and grandchildren to then sex traffic them. And you think they give a fuck about anybody? Oh, we love you. This is just the way we show you. And we'll share that money. We can all make money. You just gotta go out there and fuck a whole bunch of nasty, dirty, disgusting old men and women. And this is how they manipulate them, by buying them things after they put them through that. And then once they get an STD, it's over for them. They don't give a fuck. So I put this to you guys. Don't let them manipulate you, because they think they're going to come back. They think they're going to get away with trying to talk you into being back in something so diabolical. So if the FBI, the CIA, Internal Affairs, Homeland Security, the DEA, Special Forces, if you're out there, I'm going to court tomorrow right here in Yonkers for a felony charge. I hope that you guys got my back. I hope that you guys are going to sit there and listen to this judge try to hand me down some dirty offer. Because they already made me stop. The offer, the first offer was I didn't even have a choice. It was go to jail or see a psych doctor. Those were the choices I had to put me out on the street. Meanwhile, isn't it until proven innocent? I'm not guilty until proven innocent. But I walked in there already a guilty person with lies. Nothing was proven. Zero proof. Zero proof. Meanwhile, I show CPS proof, and my grandchildren wind up with the pedophile. How is that possible? You know that CPS is involved with trafficking children, innocent children that belong to great, good families. And CPS took them from their families to traffic those children. And they know exactly where to put them. How do I know? I was one of those children that I never went through, but I had to go through in a foster home by Alex Ebel, by the Ebel family, right here in Yonkers, being filmed as a child, being taught how to give head at 8 years old. How dare you? How dare you? You can tell me I don't know? I lived it. I lived it. I lived all this shit. When I tell you, it's because I lived it. I had to go through it. I sat in that fire. And now the Most High Lord God, Jesus Christ, told me the table has been set before you. Feast. Use them as your footstools. You are to use them as your footstools. They want to come in and ride your coattail. They want to manipulate you so that you can give them authority to you, what belongs to you. Whatever's coming in is beyond your even your mind. That's how much is coming into you. How many? Why would it take so many against one? You tell me. Why would it take so many against one and you're still standing? It's God. God's blood runs through your veins. That's how you made it out here. You are the testimony to prove that there is a real God. That there's no way that every time they set a scheme or a scam before you, you didn't know your way out. I need you to understand that. Hello, Clarissa. Um, Benjamin, hi, my warrior. You didn't fight this fight to give up. You are a true warrior. He gives his worst battles to his strongest soldiers. You are that warrior. You made it through the fire, man. Now the glory is here. They've lost everything, and they want back in. They want back in. They want to scheme their way and smile their way back in. Oh no, it's time for you to sit in that fire behind those bars. Let's see how the jail treats you when they find out that you're pedophiles, rapists, murderers. Let's see that you've murdered their families, their babies, that you've done that. Let's see how far you get in there. That you're witches and warlocks. That you use mind control to steal the many lives and souls. Yeah, let's see how far you get in there. I heard they set them on fire in there. They use old school. You done for. Oh yeah, you done for. All of you witches and warlocks, y'all gotta take Egypt. Listen, they don't want to be taken out. They have to be taken out. They don't want to be taken out. They want to continue to ravage the world, to kill, steal, and destroy. That is what they believe in. That's the only thing they believe in. Their fake power of authority. They didn't want to look bad. They wanted to prove that they were a god or a goddess. They're shit. They're pieces of shit. There's shit below your feet. You gotta understand. You gotta understand that when you walk into that courtroom, excuse me, you're gonna know what they said behind your back. That they once sat there and told the courts that you were prostitute, that you were that you had the sickness. So you're gonna be able to walk in with clear papers, being cleansed. In their crazy mind, they thought that you were waiting for them. They thought that you were gonna go back to them. Because if they can't have you, nobody can. That's what they believed in. They set fire. The house that belongs to you or that you were living in, they set fire to it. Because if they couldn't have it, they didn't want you to have it. They're arsonists. Pedro Antonio Ramos is an arsonist. They already had that digitally done. They already had that wired up. I can show you a room that's full of paper, wrapping paper that they loaded up. They loaded up the basement and put your stuff all in there. So that could be burnt first. This is how This is how diabolical they are. They want to make sure you don't get not even a piece of paper because the house can't be sold. It can't be rented. It can't be, you can't work out of it. It can't. So the only way they could get any kind of funds from it is to burn it down. Is to burn it down. You better remember that they told the court, oh, she said that she barricaded the room and she wouldn't let us out and she said that she was gonna burn, she was gonna murder me and she was gonna run away with the children. This is what they told them. So that they could get away with what they've done, which is run away with the children. So they could traffic them out there. So I'm hoping that the system is gonna be there for me tomorrow. You guys either show up or don't ever fucking show up in my life. You better make sure that you show up in that courtroom and you listen to what this judge has to say. This judge, the crooked lawyer that's supposed to defend me, no. He's, after I told him, why would you send letters to a house I don't live in? Why would you deliberately send mail knowing that I have full stay away order protection? This is my lawyer, my free lawyer that they got me with. This is what I'm working with. Why would you send mail giving them heads up, knowing that they're gonna open that mail and let them and send it to an address you know I have a full stay away order protection? Why would they do that? And then I tell him to mail it to me, gave him my address. How many times I had to give him my address? Not one letter. Gave me one appointment when I had an appointment with family court already. So I couldn't make his appointment so we could discuss our case. So after that, I told him we need another date. I called him and everything, left messages that we needed to reschedule because I already had a date on that with family court. Never called me back, never sent me nothing. And then when I confronted him about it, he told me, oh, you're saying, oh, all of you, like all of you are involved. And I go, yeah. And he goes, well, then I'll have you evaluated. Keep talking like that because I'm going to have you meant to be evaluated by the court. This is what my lawyer said. You tell me if you will work with that. But I want him to be caught out there by the system. Now, either the FBI, CIA, Internal Affairs, Homeland Security, or DEA, the Special Forces, got all of you. I want one of each and every one of you to show up to see what the courts have been doing to me. And how dare you if you don't? How dare you if you allow them? I end up going back. I can't even go back to that house because this states that once I get back into the house, they're gonna blow it up. They're gonna blow the house up because in their mind they're gonna say, "See, I told you she was gonna set the house on fire." Meanwhile, he already had guys working in there to to set off fires, so that when I get in there, he'll be around the corner to press that button to ignite whatever it is inside, to ignite those wires or the cable or the old gas lines because it's an old house. So they have old gas lines. That thing will go down like a little paper bag. That's how old the house is. The wood is so it's crumbling wood. That house will go down like a paper bag. So I can't even like I have I have nowhere to go back to. Everything I worked for in my life, everything I saved up for, I spent in that house to make that house a home. All the furniture that was in there, brand new. All of it brand new. Rugs that is not even unfolded. Chandeliers that are still in boxes. Everything I poured my heart and soul into. Every penny I had. I didn't even have a bank account. I couldn't even, that's why I couldn't open up a cash app. I had to use my son's bank account. And what did he do? Under mind control, he put my daughter had him, put my granddaughter as my investor or whatever it is. And had her stealing all my funds, all my donations that were supposed to be coming to me from my warriors, that were supposed to be saving me, helping me out, because that's what the Most High said. The Most High said, put this out there. They are the ones who are going to be helping you. And none of it, None of it. Okay. Not a penny. I got one donation from $200. And once they saw that, it was over with. Cash out. Screwed me over with my son. And my son with my daughter and my granddaughter. My granddaughter, she has no say in this because you have to have her social security and all her information. I don't have that. So there's no way I could have added her to it. Because I've never seen my granddaughter's social security. Ever. And you need that information in order for Cash App to allow her to gain all the funds. So they stole my channel, they blocked me so that I could make videos while they're making the money on the back. This is everything I went through. They poisoned me throughout all of, everywhere I went, they poisoned me. Poisoned my cigarette. Meanwhile, my children, they don't remember because they were babies being raped in the middle of the night by their father. I knew something was going on. I didn't know that it was this far. I never knew that they would go this far, that they would sedate their children and rape them while I slept, while I was sedated. While I was sedated. Because I would get up and say, I've never slept so long in my life. I didn't even get up in the middle of the night. Yeah. Because they made sure that you were sedated so you wouldn't catch it. So I got caught tomorrow. I wish my warriors could have my back. I have storage that I gotta pay for. I gotta pay for my mailbox over here in Yonkers, just to keep my mail going, just to keep my locker with the little bit of clothes that I've accumulated from churches that I've gone to with donations, um, little things that I've gotten from my house that my son was able to bring me because they sabotaged, they took everything that I had. If I had anything hidden in my bag, they took it all. And he even took out my dresses and shoes so I couldn't look good out here. He wanted me to stay in pajamas, which is what they snatched me out of my house with. My pajamas and my dirty sneakers that I walked the dog with. That's what I was left out here. If I didn't take my wallet with me, my credit card, and they even manipulated my credit card. So they took the last of it. My credit card is overdrawn. Like they did all of it, the worst of the worst, to make sure that I couldn't even buy myself a pair of panties. And they think they're gonna finesse somehow trick you. This karmic masculine, this karmic feminine, these crazy psychopathic malevolent narcissists think they're gonna trick their way back in. So that's my message for today. They're coming in as tricksters, manipulators, smile, cry. They're gonna cry. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I promise you, I will never do it again. I'm so sorry for what I did. I loved you so much. I didn't want nobody else to have you. Meanwhile, they were having. They're married. They're married with a family member. They're married to a friend. They're married under your name. Since they knew, that's how calculated they. Every one of them. If you thought your niece, your nephew was, they're involved. They're deeply involved. They were happy when they tried poisoning you too. They were happy when they thought that you were dying in the bed downstairs while they were screwing each other upstairs in your room, in your bathroom. Oh yeah. Oh, that's how dirty they both are. Now they dirty, dirty, and they all go down. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. None of them will go free. I promise you that. Every murder they committed, they are going to be condemned for. The dead speak, and they speak through you, my warriors. So stay strong, man. You didn't come this far for so long to quit now. When it's right there, it's right there. Like the message is coming in. It's coming. It's coming in. You got new real love coming in. You got justice, justice. You get justice for everything that they've done to you and for the lives that they've taken. They go down for all of it. Not one of them go free. So they've been bullying you, following you everywhere you go, not knowing at the same time they were being followed. So you stand strong because you got this. You made it this far, all the way. You fought for so long, years. You don't even realize how many years you really fought in your life. I fought for over 25 years. Over 30, over 40 years I've been fighting for my life. Constantly trying to take you out, constantly trying to steal your innocence, manipulate. And this is how strong you are. To know that you went through all of that as a child, you had to go through it in order to make it as an adult. Okay? So being homeless, being put in the cold, they wanted you out in the street. They wanted you out in the street. Because right now, if you don't think that they're still trying to manipulate fights so that you can be out in the street and you can be arrested, because that's what they do in the Y. They arrest you. They put you wind up in a fight and they arrest you. So, because they've done it to other girls, the other women there. So I've seen it. I've lived it. I've gone through it. I know what they're doing. But you got this. You got this. You made it this far because you are a true warrior. Get the thumbs up as you get in here, my warriors. Get the thumbs up. You made it. I want you to be proud of yourself. Your ancestors are so proud of you. You speaking for them. Don't be quiet. I want you to open up a page. I don't care where it's on. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Open up and tell your story. Everybody needs to hear how you made it. How you made it through this. How strong your heart and soul was. What did you fight for? What did you fight for? I want to hear that in the comments. I want to hear what you think made you go through all of this fire. Because they put suicide spells, ugly spells, sickness spells, death spells, so freezer spells, death spells, freezer spells. They did that beyond too many times. Everything backfired on them. People that they were getting other spiritual workers to work against you. When I tell you they paid high top dollar to do spiritual work on you from people in the darkest of the bayous on you, oh yeah, they could have bought themselves an island with what they spent trying to take you out of your own money. That's when I tell you, just imagine what you have waiting for you. That they were all willing to go against you. Many came against you. You don't even know how many came against you for what you have. When I tell you that the Most High has something beyond your thoughts that you could have never thought of, that's what's coming, okay? And that's what you fought for. And that you fight in this world with your testimony. This is how you made it. You're able to put your testimony out there and tell them God made you. Because they want to know, how did you make it out? His blood runs through your veins. That's how you made it. There was nobody else by your side. They left you alone out there. The black sheep, the goat, right? All alone by yourself. And you still standing, you still here. And there were many against you. There was the work of God himself that put his hand upon you, his armor. Archangel Might, all the angels on all four corners of this world protect you. They cannot come against you, my warrior. They cannot. So you stand strong, because here comes those phone calls. Here comes those fake smiles. Here comes the trickery and the manipulation. Here it comes. Be very careful who you talk to. They send fake friends that you think, oh, hi. Oh, look, I'm hanging out with my friend. They want you to think that they're your real friend. Nah, they're part of the gang. They're part of their crew. But we already know that. So just eyes open, lips closed, and listen and watch. Listen and watch. Because you got something so beautiful coming in. The Most High Lord God has set your table before your enemies. Feast, my warriors, feast. You get to use your enemies as your footstools. Here they come with the begging. They want to beg you out of it. They want you to take the fall. They want you to take the fall for what they have done to you. This is how delusional they are. Oh, yeah, would you lie for me? Come on, just lie, just one little lie. It won't really be a lie. This is what they want you to do. They want you to get them out of, no, they're going to prison for a very long time. So you stand strong, my warriors. It's not over yet. So watch your back, because they're still at it. And when I tell you, they had these 3 men and 2 women following me right outside of Burger King with their phones. I was looking at their phones. That's how close they were. They were tracking you. They have your phone being tracked, your computer being tracked, your car being tracked. You are being tracked. So if you feel like you're being followed, absolutely, absolutely. So you stand strong, my warriors. You got this.